Make sure you get listing alerts or request listing alerts. Longer term visitors are going to see the free home value thing everywhere, right? So don't be afraid to include it, but make sure that you're not excluding new leads while you're out there trying to get clients and avoid paying for them twice, right? Meta, I don't mean the company, I mean metadata. Oh, but when you build Facebook and Instagram ads inside the Meta system, I want you to choose special ad categories like housing. You can't use age, you can't use gender, you can't use zip code targeting. Your location targeting has got to cover at least a 15-mile radius. So it's going to be really difficult for you to narrow it down. So lean in on your website videos and your video viewers so that you can build an email list so that you can continue communications with them. That's how you're going to keep it local, and that's how you're going to keep it compliant. On the average, by the way, real estate agents pay about $100 per lead. So set that as your benchmark. Work to beat it with smarter keywords and better landing pages. Then we're going to talk about social media. Yes. Scrolling on social media for clients looks like the new door knocking in real estate. When you do it right, it can absolutely bring you very consistent, warm leads without having to leave your couch, without having to leave the real estate office. Pick one social media platform and dominate. You need to go where your locals are already hanging out. Most of the agents are on Facebook. It's about 87%. Another 60 or 62% of the total group is also on Instagram. Half of realtors say that social media drove their highest quality leads last year. So resist the temptation to be everywhere at once. Find a channel that you're really good at. Find a channel that hits the metric that you're trying to get in front of. Find your right audience and absolutely work it every single day. You need to be able to turn those DMs and any kind of messaging directly into deals by answering quickly. So you set up auto responses to get the start. Make sure you're utilizing saved replies with common questions. Kind of some AI bot work is nice too, but you need to make sure that once you get a message, you have availability on the platform to reply within 5 minutes. This is going to keep prospects from wandering off to the next shiny agent. I personally travel all over the world, not only personally with my lovely family, but also for real estate itself. And no matter where I travel, I make sure that my phone works at the same capacity as when I am in my Florida office. The great part about that is all the memes and the jokes you see about a realtor is never really on vacation or what a realtor looks like on vacation with his laptop and their phone constantly strapped to them. That's a true thing. It's realistic. So then I want you to go vertical. When you're shooting your videos, do your short 30-second walkthroughs just listed. Those are the teasers you want. Price reduction, price improvement, however you want to go with that one. After all, the local video content gets 12,000% more shares than texts and messages combined. So let the camera do the heavy lifting. By the way, if you want some consistent on brand posts without having to start from scratch, there's a company out there called Coffee and Contracts. They will hand you monthly content calendars, caption templates, real ideas, help give you information. They kind of wake you up every morning with, hey, this is your real estate messaging for the day. So no matter what platform you're using, it's generate the idea for you to be able to just spill out 60 seconds worth of content. And with content, let's talk about content marketing. You have heard this hundreds of times, but let's say it again. Create content that answers specific questions that your clients are looking for. 2024 NAR report shows that buyers find photos 41% most successful in their buyers trend. Detailed property info, 39%. Floor plans, 31%. These are the most useful items on a real estate site. So build every single guide and every single listing page around those three must haves: secure, impressive photos, detailed property info, floor plans. That's what they want to see. Make sure you give it to them. You also need to make sure that on the listing agent side, you're turning your listings into an evergreen case study. Don't let your just sold listing disappear on a social post because your transaction's done and you've moved on to the next. You need to write a short case study behind it. And this is something that I am doing differently this year myself. What was the challenge? How did you market it? How was the result? How long did it take you? Were the hurdles that you had to work through with the buyer and the seller to make this a successful transaction? The result creates a continuous page that will rank you locally and impress future sellers and buyers because it shows that you are intelligently working through a transaction, that you are not just reporting process. Repurpose some of that one piece of content into 5 separate assets or even more. If you create a neighborhood guide and then spin it into a short video walkthrough, carousel of key stats, an infographic, an email tip sheet, a I'm moving to the city fact sheet, so you'll spend 20% of your time creating 80% of the distributed content. We do the same here with this exact class. This class goes anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes every single Saturday morning. We chunk it up into 60-second blurbs and throw it across all of the media platforms, bringing you back here to see all of our future and content creation rich material. Deliver monthly micro market updates. I want you to skip the 2,000 word essay. I need you to think quick snapshot, 60 seconds worth of detail about your area's median price, your average days on the market, your inventory, and then give them 2 sentences. Trust me, it's useful. They care about it. Then reuse it as a Google business profile post. Take it to a reel, take it to a newsletter blurb so that you can reach a wider audience. The purpose is not for you to remanufacture your material week over week over week. You don't have to do what Alex does and have to come up with new material every 7 days. You actually can take and remanufacture what you're already doing and improve on it so that people see what you are all about as a real estate agent. It connects you with the intelligence that you have built in the industry and the opportunity to talk less and represent more. Video marketing and virtual tours. Buyers want to experience a home quickly. In Zillow 2024 Consumer Housing Trends Report, 72% of the buyers said they wish more listings had a 3D tour, and 80% said the dynamic floor plans helped them decide if this is the style of home they want without them having to go there. This further solidifies why we are getting less showings. The people that are taking the time and going out and seeing the property is because either they didn't have enough detail online and they're desperate for information about this particular house, or most likely they have gotten all the information that they need to make a preliminary decision before they go see the property. Which means, listing agents, you might want to change your strategy a little bit. If the only person selling your house is a buyer's agent who did less research than the person that searched to go and see it, you might want to recap and figure out that your business model is broken. You need to be there. You need to be a part of the selling process. Partner with that buyer's agent early and say, I will be on site with you. I will help you sell this home. You can get in there and help us close the deal. So, lead with short, vertical video walkthroughs, back them up with those interactive 3D tours that they want. If you got somebody that reaches out quick on a DM and says, hey, I'd love some more information on this house, great. While you were there already doing photography, you should have done a quick video walkthrough that you have shared elsewhere online that they may not have discovered. And you can quickly text it to them or respond in that same DM with a video link, driving them back to your primary media source. That gives them an opportunity to learn more about you and more about what you're all about. Shoot decision point clips, then add them to your listing. Film what makes sense. Break a showing up, street noise at rush hour, natural lighting at 4 o'clock, parking setup. These can all be very important factors. Simple captions like newest video was shot at 4 p.m. West light in the living room. Save everybody's time, build some trust. Turn views into leads. A strong on screen call to action. Tap for the floor plan. Comment tour for a showing schedule. These are the things that are going to turn clicks and views into a more interactive relationship between you and the client. Believe me, you've got all of those applications on your phone because something told you to click here and to get it. So always include captions on everything, by the way, not just for viewers who watch with the sound off, but make sure your videos are accessible to also the deaf and the hard of hearing. But bonus, captions typically boost the completion rate of the video. If they're watching your video and they want to continue getting the information, if they feel like they're interrupted or whatever, they can easily just continue to read the captions. It will help them get all the way to the end. I want to talk about QR codes for just a second because I get this question quite a bit. But I do believe that if you'll add a QR code to your videos, especially on smartphones, so that the real estate yard signs and the open house flyers will become landing pages for you. It's a simple book a tour button. Most of the QR codes will show scan counts. You'll see which listings are getting the most attention, and it'll help you decide whether or not you need to create some additional content because you maybe missed something and didn't add all of the Q&A results that you needed to. Email marketing and CRMs. So email is where strangers become clients and clients become repeat customers and referral business. It is the highest ROI. It's trackable. It plays perfectly strong with a customer relationship management system. It allows you to do things like tagging, segments, professional editing. In your CRM, you can label content and label contracts and contacts by intent, price bands, neighborhoods, then send to what fits. If you're listing agents for buyers or valuation for content is for sellers, you'll be able to get a consistent experience across all of these emails, website, and phone calls. And again, every piece of your marketing, especially email, needs to reference other places that you are marketing. But you still have to make your CRM the hub for all contacts and all communication so that you're guaranteed that you have an opportunity to follow up. If you're smart enough to have the automations in place in your CRM, it's going to work when you are too busy to work for it. Send a 3 homes I'd buy this week email. Every Friday, handpick 3 listings that you really liked or would really love to be the buyer's agent for, right? Best yard under 600,000. It'll read like real advice. Google will pick it up as a, oh, cool, interesting factoid, and it'll get it in front of people for you.